Hello everyone, welcome back to another game development log. And I've not done very much in this next update, but it's took me a hell of a lot of time. Like, first of all, I've fixed the trees, so they no longer, what they were doing was spawning on top of each other. And it looked like this, to be honest, but then I thought I quite like the look of that. So now I've changed it so that the trees have a chance of spawning like this. So it's a 50% chance of a tree being a normal tree such as this one, and one like this. So this one now, if I click on it to delete it, you can see it's just one tree rather than two. So I've fixed that. I've fixed the background. I've completely changed the background. If I zoom out, you can see it sort of fades down to a red, and I've put a bit of texture in it. It looks like hills in the back as well. And probably the most noticeable new change is this hotbar along the top. And this actually took me forever because I couldn't figure out how to, like, the text was at a different Z depth than the image. And so what I would do is I would position these numbers perfectly on the box like this, but then if I change screen resolution to test on different resolutions, then this text would just be all over the place. It wouldn't be anywhere near. But I managed to fix that by, instead of using sprites for the box, I'm just pasting the actual image. So this is just pasting an image on a loop. And I've also got this thing, if you press the E button on the keyboard, it opens up the inventory, and I've just filled it with 99 pickaxes at the moment. So this number tells you the number in the stack. Obviously I'm going to change it at some point, so you can only carry one pickaxe at a time in one box. And you can scroll through the hotbar like so, and at the top it shows you what tool you're using. So stone pickaxe, and that's 100% durability. So when you use it, that durability is going to fall. Trying to think what else I've done. I've changed the character model slightly. I've made him a little bit thinner, and I just think it looks a little bit better at the moment. I'm gonna change it again soon because I've worked out that I'm using PNG image files for the texture, and I think that's why I'm getting all these little things sticking around, because they don't do transparency very well on this software for some reason. So I'm gonna change them to BNPs with a transparent colour, and that should do it. I've also fixed the movement slightly. I don't know if that's noticeable. Like, you can actually walk across one block high gap, or wide gap I should say. I love these trees. They look so much better now. The player is a bit more, like, the collision is a bit more better. Let's dig down and see what we can find. I was messing about with a bit of lighting, but I didn't really like it. I made it darker as you go deeper down, the lighting goes darker, but it made the top half of the level look a bit too strange. So I just got rid of it. I might come back to it at some point. I've actually fixed this bottom level block here now. You can't break it. Not got any actual building stuff, but all of the groundwork is in place now. This interface, the hotbar thing, was the main thing. This is all set up now, so all I have to do now is create the objects, and then I can put them in one by one. I need to get it so that you can change, like, you can swap these around just by dragging them. So say I have an empty slot up here, I can drag this into that. So that'll be the next step, I think. press 1, you can see I've actually changed the text as well. I've made it a little bit smaller and it stands out a little bit more. But obviously this isn't going to be in the final game. Still running at 60 FPS. Happy about that one. Even though we're pasting images every loop. Put a key on it so if you press enter it just puts you back in the centre. Just for development purposes. I think I like that background a lot better. I can't wait to start building stuff. Like when you get the I think the first object I'm going to put in properly is the axe. So then I can do it all bit like stage by stage. I can chop down a tree. I can get wood. And then I can craft wooden planks. I don't know how I'm going to do the crafting yet. The collision works so much better. He was getting stuck in a few blocks before, but now he seems to be hopping over them. I also had a weird bug on the loading thing. Every time I was loading it up, there was a chance that it would just crash randomly, and I couldn't figure it out. But it turns out that my tree placement was wrong. I've got it set up so that when you create the trees, it positions it, and I had it so that it positioned every single tree, and then it would create a next tree, and then it would position that tree, and then it would create another tree, and then it position that. And then I found that when I was positioning them down, like moving them down so that they'd reach the ground level, another tree would be spawning on top of it. And sometimes they would spawn off the map as well. So then when they were trying to reach the ground by falling down, they weren't reaching the ground. So it was just constantly like stuck in a loop. And I managed to fix that. It took me ages to work out what the problem was. I'm really liking this graphic style as well. My original plan was to have a bit more realistic graphics. You know, similar to, well, not realistic, but similar to Minecraft where it's got texture and stuff. But I just love the simplicity of it. Just let the shading do the work. So that's pretty much it. Oh, I've added this as well. I can't jump through the roof now. On the previous log, or vlog I should say, or whatever it is called, on the previous video I could basically just jump straight through the ceiling and I was getting stuck and stuff. But I fixed all of that. Let's head up here, let's see what's here. Overall I'm quite happy with the way it's going. Everything's running perfectly at the moment. Can I... oh, I've just fell off the edge. See, you just get stuck like this if you fall off. Oh, we've just crashed. Right, so... anyway, that's the end of this video. If you want to continue following the development of this game, then click that subscribe button. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.